Hey everybody, this is Pastor Sean for another edition of the Shepherd's Corner. The purpose of the Shepherd's Corner is to provide insight, guidance, and instruction to those who belong to our Heavenly Abba. We have no desire to claim you as if we have authority over you. We only desire to serve, being an extended hand representing the Most High God. So without any further ado, let's go. Beloved of the Heavenly Father, I would like to encourage you as well as myself by letting you know that the reward for striving to walk upright and live a life that is pleasing in the sight of our Heavenly Abba will not come right now, but it will come at the end. I would like to read a few verses from the book of Ecclesiasticus. This book is a biblical book that was taken out of our modern day 66 Bible. We have the modern Bible, but this book, Ecclesiasticus, was found in a 1611 Bible, more known as the Big Family Bible, found in the living room back in the day, sitting there collecting dust. Today, we're going to read from that book and allow it to give us instruction, direction, and inspiration. All right, so we're going to read Ecclesiasticus, the second chapter. All right, so let's start. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve Adonai," and I will, let me pause. I'll post the link to the book of Ecclesiasticus in the description as well as the comments section, so that you can read it on your own and go to it and just allow it to speak to you in this regard. Now, Ecclesiasticus, of course, has more than this chapter, but we're going to read this specific chapter so that we can pull out some gems that I want to share with you. Now, I don't I don't say the word Lord anymore. Lord also is tied to Baal worship, which is satanic worship. So I like to use the Hebrew word for Lord, Lord, which would be Adonai. Okay, that means master, owner, ruler. Okay. All right. So, my son, if thou come to serve Adonai, prepare thy soul for temptation. Right there, beloved. Just want to let you know that there are various forms of temptation. It doesn't always have to be sexual. We have the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, the pride of life. These are temptations that try men's soul. The temptation to become angry, bitter, unforgiving. Okay, um, to uh, to just become evil, manipulative, deceptive, divisive, right? Argumentative. It's various levels to this word temptation. So please don't limit it to whatever first comes to your mind. Just understand that when you come to serve Adonai, you need to prepare your soul for temptation. How do we do that? Verse number 2, set thy heart aright, constantly endure. Okay? Constantly endure. Endure through those times of temptation where you want to give up, you want to give in. Enough is enough. Constantly set your heart aright and set your heart to endure. How can we do this? Make not haste in the time of trouble. Do not allow your heart to panic, to go into a panic, to go into a frantic state in that regard there, because Yah has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and of a sound mind. All right. Verse 3 helps us to understand what verse 2 is talking about. It says, cleave unto him. Okay? Talk to him. Talk to the Father in prayer. Stay in the word. Continue to fast. These are the things that help you cling unto him and depart not away. That thou, watch this, I love this part right here, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Okay? That thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Just everything that we said in the beginning. The reward is not given to us right now, the reward is given to us in the end. Okay, let's keep going. Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Beloved, as we get older, um, as you mature in life, as a believer, you're going to see how the Father works in humbling you. You may be successful. It's not saying that you will not experience levels of success, but there is a level that the Father is pleased with in the midst of you living in this world, achieving things that has nothing to do with what you achieve or obtain, and more so has to do with your ability to be patient, to be cheerful, to be faithful to Him, the Most High Yah, our Heavenly Abba, our Adonai. Even if we are changed to a low estate, people may forget your name. He may have you in seasons you're not as hot, or you're not as well known amongst others as you may used to, or maybe may have been. In that regard, there you may go into a silent season. The Father may put you in a silent season, but you will still be fruitful. You can still be cheerful. You can still be patient. All right. Why? Let's look at verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire. Gold is tried in the fire. Okay. All right. Thus, watch this. And acceptable men, the men that the Most High Yah accepts, they are tried in the fire, in the furnace of adversity. Okay, and the fiery furnace of adversity. So you and I are going to experience levels of adversity where people will think ill will of us, will think little of us, will even try, dare I say, belittle us. All right, they will not speak well of us. People will say all kinds of things about us in this regard, but the scriptures let us know that acceptable men are tried. All right. They are found and proven acceptable in the furnace of adversity. So if you try to escape the time of trouble, you are escaping the process of being made acceptable unto the Most High Yah. Let's keep going. Verse 6. Believe in him and he will help thee. How will he help thee? Well, let's keep reading. He will order thy way aright, and trust in him. In Psalms 23, it lets us know that he leadeth us in the path of righteousness. He makes us to lie down in green pastures, lead us beside still waters, restores our souls. This is what happens when you believe in him. Let's look at verse 7. Ye that fear Adonai, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. Wait for his mercy, because there's so much that can happen in our lives in this realm called reality, in this earth realm. There's so much that we will endure, so much that will try to knock us down, so many things that we'll find out about ourselves and our shortcomings. We're going to need his mercy. What you will find out is others will not be merciful, but he is merciful. He is gracious. He is kind. Now, he has a plan to bring you into his divine ordinances to make you acceptable, and he will use the fiery furnace of adversity. He will use times of trouble. He will use temptation that will try to take you out, to make you quit. He uses that to make you acceptable, to make you more patient, to make you faithful, to bring out the character that he is pleased with. All right, let's keep going. Verse 8. Ye that fear Adonai, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Hear me? Your reward shall not fail. Ye that believe, or excuse me, ye that fear Adonai. Verse 9. Hope for good and everlasting joy and mercy. Hope for good. What good? His good. And for everlasting joy and mercy. How do I How do I hope for it? You pray for it. You pray that the Father will lead you to what's good, give you everlasting joy and everlasting mercy. Let's look at verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see. It says, did ever any trust in Adonai and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that call upon him? Verse 10 is simply saying, look at the generations of old. Look at the patriots that came before us. Noah, David, Samuel, even, dare I say, Samson. Okay? And many others, the prophets, Elijah, Elisha, Enoch, all of these, Jonah, dare I say, Obadiah, Ezra, these prophets who came before Paul, Peter, James, John. The list goes on, and so many others that are in the Bible, great and small. All those that trusted, put their trust in Adonai. They were not confounded. They were not forsaken. They were not despised. And so it is with us. If we put our trust in him, we will not be confounded. We will not be forsaken. And we will not be despised. Let's keep reading. Verse 11, for Adonai is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful. What does that mean? And forgiveth sins. He has mercy on you. He pitieth you. He understands things that you don't even understand about yourself or myself. And watch this. And saveth in the time of affliction. Verse 12, woe be to woe be to fearful hearts. Okay? Fear will come, but we can't allow the fear to grip our hearts. And faint hands where we give up. And also the sinner that goeth two ways, double-minded, says one thing but does another. That's the mark of a sinner. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands and the sinner that goes two ways. Beloved, let us be prayerful that the Father will strengthen our hearts, strengthen our hands to complete the assignment that has been given to us, to be faithful to what the Father has put in our hands. Whatever it is that he has put in your hands to do, to say, whomever he has put in your hands, your children, your family, all right? These are the things that he has put in our hands. I know we think of big things, but we got to think about the precious things that he has placed in our hands, the time that he has given us to be faithful, to be integral. Do what's right with what and whom you have. And be not like the sinner that goeth two ways, talks a big game, but is irresponsible, unreliable. All right, let's go to verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint of heart or faint-hearted, for he believeth not. What does that mean to be faint-hearted? You really didn't believe. You gave up. Therefore shall he not be defended. Because we know that our Adonai is our great defender, and we're going to need his help. Verse 14, woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will you do when Adonai shall visit you? See, the day of visitation is fastly approaching. And so many have lost patience with the process of being made sanctified, holy, set, which means to be set apart. They've lost patience with the process of truly being made righteous. They lost patience with not being as successful and reaching their dream as they so desired. They've lost patience and gone their own way. What will you do when Adonai shall visit you? Verse 15, they that fear Adonai will not disobey his word. How do you know if you fear him? Well, you won't disobey his word. In the Gospels, in the 66 books, it tells us, Adonai says, "Why call ye me Adonai, master, owner, ruler, and not do the things that I say?" That's because you don't have a fear of Adonai. What type of fear? Reverential fear, where you reverence him. Okay? You will not disobey his word. And they that love him will keep his ways. Verse 16, they that fear Adonai will seek that which is well, pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. You will not be lawless. What does it mean, the law? The law means commandments. You will keep his commandments. You will be filled with them. That's why you're able to keep them. We can't keep anything unless he shows us how to keep them, unless he helps us keep them. But that doesn't come to you because, or it doesn't come only if. It will come, but only if, let me say it that way, if you have the proper reverential fear of Adonai that causes you to seek that which is well pleasing unto him. So many of us as believers seek to have things that come from him, but not him himself. Because he is the word, he is the spirit, he is the Father. They are one. Seeking his presence and not presents, gifts. I'm seeking your presence, your face, and not what you can give me from your hand, not what you can provide for me, but I just want you. These are the people that will be filled with the commandments, filled with his law, having an understanding of what needs to be done, and then able to carry it out, having the strength to carry it out. Verse 17, it says, they that fear Adonai will prepare their hearts. Look at that. And humble their souls in his sight. All right. Uh, it says they will humble their souls in his sight. Now watch this. I just said this. For those that fear Adonai, they seek his presence. They seek him. So when is it when Adonai is not in our sight? He is always in our sight, in our midst. The scriptures let us know that the eyes of Adonai goes to and fro, seeking whose hearts are fully committed to him, that he can strengthen. Okay, that leads me to verse 18. What do they say? What do they say when they prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight? This is what they say, saying, we will fall into the hands of Adonai, and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. For those who have a reverential fear, the proper fear of Adonai, that causes them to seek his commandments, his will, his precepts, his instructions, his law, you will be filled with that because you love him. A reverential fear leads to true love, not the fear of being afraid. You're not afraid when he shows up, but you desire for him to show up, giving you understanding, instruction, helping you to prepare to deal with the things that have been assigned to you. There's some troubles and some tests and some tribulations, beloved, that we have been assigned that we just won't be able to get away from, but we can face them with Him. And it's better to fall into His hands. You know why? Because He won't fail us, rather than to fall into the hands of men. Because just as His majesty is, so is His mercy, and His mercy is everlasting. His majesty is everlasting. His delivering, saving power is everlasting, and it is always available. It will never come up short. He will always come through. He will always come through. With that being said, beloved, the race is not given to the swift nor the strong, but to the one who endures through the slander, endures through hardship, endures through trials, endures through your shortcomings, where you have to face things that you have done or said that were not truly in the will of the Most High God. But by His power, and because He sees and He knows that you are truly trying to please Him, He will not let you utterly be cast down. Beloved, let us pray more than ever, like never before, that Adonai strengthen us to endure like never before. Because the reward is not now, it's at the end. And if I may add one more thing on before we close, the end is closer than what we think it is. The reward is at hand. The scriptures tell us in Revelation, it says, "Behold, I come quickly with my reward in my hand to give every man according to the deeds that he has done." Beloved, when we stand before Him, we won't be able to uh, tell Him what everybody else has done. We won't be able to use what somebody else said about us as to the reason why we became bitter or didn't forgive or didn't let bygones be bygones or didn't do what He asked us to do. We won't have an excuse. We may be able to even get it off. I don't know. But we will still be without excuse. You know why? Because when we see Him, the truth, because He is the truth, we won't be able to build a case that will be acceptable in His sight. All of us will have to admit that He is the truth. He gave us opportunity, true opportunity, whether we chose it or not. None of us will be without excuse. We won't be able to use the excuses. We won't be able to point the fingers. But those who endure, those who are seeking His face, those who are seeking to honor Him, humble themselves, and be changed to a lower state, not walking in pride, haughtiness, deception, manipulation, lust of the eye, lust of the flesh, pride of life. For those who are not seeking to be found in those things, Adonai is going to strengthen you to endure like never before. You're going to shine like lights. You're going to shine because the light is coming and the light is in you. Beloved, that's been my time. I hope that you've been encouraged. Until we meet again at the Shepherd's Corner. This has been yours truly, Pastor Sean for Back to Abba Ministries. Please be blessed.